Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 livecast. Gonna be playing and commentating live here from Habitation Station. I'm putting out a few videos from this map for versus Zerg. However, versus Terran, the small ramp at the natural... versus Protoss, this small ramp at the natural is actually really difficult, because it means two force fields can wall you out. So, if I'm going to do a Sky Terran build versus Protoss, this would be the map to do it on for this reason. Because it's a good turtley map to play on. But we'll keep going with the 2 racks. I've had some success, and then I've had, even Protoss with a small amount of sentries can just like force field you for good. But I remember this thing I was doing at the end of Wings of Liberty, and I totally forgot about it until someone mentioned it in stream chat. So I'm going to reinstitute this, and that is mixing a nuke into this build. You use the nuke to get up the ramp.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Have I
Not
good
enough
luck,
minerals.
have fun, GG
Not
all.
enough minerals.
Oh, I get it. Hi, good luck, have fun, GG all. I thought it was just a random spam of letters.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Ah, it's good coffee. It's actually not, but I'm just so in the mood for coffee that it tastes really good.
Additional supply depots required.
It's morning for me, so.
Not enough minerals.
Okay.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
In the rear with the gear. What's going on? Big job, huh?
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Whoops.
Not enough minerals.
Bad news? Huh? Gotcha. SCV ready. Go ahead. Bad news? What's going on? Ready.
Not enough minerals.
Huh?
I can't tell if he's still at barracks or not.
Not enough minerals.
It's pretty close.
Go, go, go! Will do. Go ahead. In the rear with the gear. Ah! You scared me!
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals. Not enough
Alright.
minerals.
Let's get this
Not
production
enough
going.
minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Been waiting on
Shit,
you.
run away.
This better be good. SCV ready.
Research
Other ship core.
complete.
Gangway. SCV ready. You gonna give me orders? By the numbers, boys.
minerals.
It's a little bit late pushing out. I want to be arriving there at 6:15. I don't think I'll be there that quickly.
What's going on? Huh? It's your dime. SCV ready.
Late on my stim too.
Who wants some? Yes, sir. SCV ready.
Oh, that's not good for him.
You got it. This better be good. SCV ready.
Alright, it's no expansion. He might have cancelled it, but just in case, let's throw down the
Woo-hoo! Overtime.
turrets here.
Gotcha.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Go, go, go.
Not enough minerals.
Baby. Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Booyah.
Okay.
Well, butter
Let's go with
my
the SCV
biscuit.
pull.
SCV ready. Huh? We hear you. Yes, sir. SCV ready. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead. Gangway. Coming.
Our SCVs are under attack.
What's going on? Been waiting on you. Outstanding. Ghost reporting.
Not enough minerals.
Can't wait. Armed and ready.
Research complete.
Yes, sir. Boom, baby. I'm on. Who wants some?
Alright, so
Not enough minerals. Unacceptable landing zone.
Go
Not
ahead.
enough minerals.
Go, go, go. Will do.
Additional
so opening that tech route, I doubt he has any
By the numbers. Huh? Yeah. This better be SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
I'm in a world of hurt.
oh, that stim might have cost him his life.
Bad news.
Additional supply depots required.
Alright.
Not enough minerals.
In the rear with the gear.
Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
So here's the expansion. Don't think I can really do anything about it though.
SCV ready. Who wants some?
I mean, to hit now, I'd have to go.
SCV ready.
Two Marines there.
Add-on complete.
Go, go, go.
Your forces are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Been waiting on you.
Unacceptable landing zone.
What's going on?
Base is under attack. Your forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Armed and ready.
Underway.
Talk to me.
Scanning battle.
Go.
Picking up or dropping off?
I forgot about the nuke.
Sounds like a plan.
Accepted. State your request.
We can probably get the nuke now though.
Huh?
Base is under attack.
Sure thing. Be in the rear with the gear. Let's have a blast.
Oops.
SCV ready.
Your forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted.
Oh, it's on. SCV ready. Copy.
Life flight's here.
Solo operative, right?
Nuclear missile ready.
Gangway, coming through.
At your disposal.
Waiting on you.
Okay, so that worked out. So that was my trick for getting up the ramp.
Replay saved.
I remember the very first time I tried this, I'm like, this is how I get up the ramp, guys. I'll throw down the nuke here, he'll back away, and then I'll just go up the ramp and cancel the nuke. But it didn't work out at all, because he actually just sat there and the nuke landed on his entire army, so... You would think in Master League at the time, the first place they would look would be right there. So this is how I would deal with heavy sentry play or small ramps. Even with small ramps, even if he has 1 or 2 sentries, he can wall off a couple, like as much as he wants, right? Because he can wall off once, then warp in more sentries, then he can wall off more once he knows you're there. He got here fast. It's kind of unfortunate. So that was actually really smart. He did a little bit of damage to whatever, a Marauder. And he's still going to get back to his base before I get there. So if he were fast expanding, which he's not for some reason. Oh yeah, right, because he's going DT rush. But if he were fast expanding here, he'd still get back before my battle got there, so he can still do the overcharge. If he had timed this differently, or if it was like a larger map, like the air distance is further, when the mothership core arrives, your army's already pushing across the map, and where it might take a little while to push the mother core out of your base, you're guaranteed to take down his expansion. Just pull SCVs immediately, like 4 or 5, to join up with your bio. Because once you get here with your bio and SCVs, there's nothing you can do to save his nexus. He can't overcharge because he's far away. If he what's it called? If he recalls back home, then he still doesn't have the energy because he just did recall. And if he flies back, he won't get there in time. But I digress. So pushing in, and I see no expansion. There's a chance he canceled it because he saw my bio when it passed by this watchtower or something like that. But you gotta play it safe, and I'm gonna play it safe assuming he never took that expo, which means probably gonna be fast Oracle or fast DT. Or some sort of all-in. Either way, you're gonna want to bunker in a turret at the front and a turret back there, and that covers almost all the possibilities. Bunker turret. This turret should maybe be more like that, or to the side. If you have it behind the bunker, it kind of sucks if he's doing a void ray all in because the turret doesn't get in on the action. But if you have it on the side here, it will get in on the action. I didn't notice that happening. Good thing you chased my ghost. So I take down his expansion attempt. And just keep an eye on it. I already had that other Marine there, I forgot about it, but I got 2 Marines there. And this is actually going to be really nice once I'm not supply capped anymore, because when someone opens Twilight Council tech route, there's very often that they won't have any vision, because if they're open Robo, they can make observers. If they open Starport, you often follow up with a Robo, and even if you don't, an Oracle can give detection. But in this case, you're pretty screwed. Lightly mining there. I think, yeah, use those Marines to get some kills too. So I'm up to 7 worker kills. Yeah, okay, so that, I wasn't sure about that, but yeah, my EMP got the mothership core as well, so that's awesome. So, yeah, and both sentries. So you had 2 full energy sentries, they're down to 100, and 1 full energy mothership core, and between the overcharge and the EMP, it's down to 0, so that's going to be the last overcharge, so that's nice. Still plenty of force fields though, considering you only need 2 to wall off. So this is where the nuke will come into effect. Let's pretend I plan to delay it until now, which does make sense actually, even though it wasn't planned. If you're planning to force out an overcharge, if you start your nuke at the same time he starts the overcharge, they'll finish at the same time. So you can nuke when the Nexus cannon's done. Remember with this strategy, if you're going to use the nuke, you need a factory to make a nuclear missile. A lot of people don't remember that, and if you throw your factory away, there's no nukes that are going to be coming unless you rebuild it. So it's actually not difficult for this nuke, for Protoss to negate this little nuke trick. But first we'll show how it's supposed to work, which is what happened. So there's a nuke. This is kind of the way I do it, especially if he has Colossus or something to snipe this. Maybe if he has like a Templar, which you could be going from this army. Oh, he just made a. Unfortunately, he just made an Archon. I wonder if you can cancel that or not once you start it. Probably not, but feedback would have been nice. So I use the medevac as a spotter or a scan as a spot. You lay down the nuke, just somewhere on the top of the ramp. You're not actually trying to kill anything. And actually the further back your ghost is from the ramp, the better, because you gotta keep the ghost alive. And then I just surround all my units around the ghost, just to make it really difficult for him to target this ghost. You know, you're protecting him from zealots, and then it's hard for him to actually click it for focus fire of a feedback or focus fire of like stalkers and Colossus. And with Medevac's healing him overhead too, and the fact that he has 100 hit points, which is pretty good considering a Marine only has 45. There's a good chance he'll survive. Also, sometimes what will happen is a Protoss will commit to trying to kill that ghost, and he'll push down the ramp and lose like 2/3 of his army just to kill the ghost, which is just as good as getting the nuke off, as far as I'm concerned. Killing that much of an army. But I digress. So he sees the nuke, he moves away. I move up the ramp, I get the position I want. All of a sudden, I don't have to worry about those force fields and whatnot, and then just cancel the nuke. And my bio is actually not attacking a lot of it. I don't know. But even with half my bio just dancing around, it's still a pretty easy victory. I might have caught him between important upgrades too. Nope, he got charge. Oh, he had no Templar, never mind. Those are 2 DTs he morphed into an Archon. Never made a Templar Archives. I guess he was just trying to drone? Or he was probably just kind of broke from all the SCV harass. I did kill 10 workers. And he was trying to get a robo and observer over there too. So, if you want to know how this does get stopped, and it's pretty simple too. You just have to know the time of the nuke, right? Let's back up a touch when I launch the nuke. There it goes. Is there anywhere where it shows the countdown for it? Production? No. Unit? Is it considered a unit? No. Anyways, it takes 20 seconds to land, right? So, there's the nuke. He really doesn't have to move until the 20 seconds is up. So right now he moved back and the nuke isn't going to land for another, 10, 15 seconds. So you didn't have to do that. You just hang out here. And then once like 10 seconds have passed, throw down 2 force fields, move your army back. The nuke lands because I can't obviously power up the ramp with force fields there. And then you come back and you throw down the next 2 force fields. It's actually no problem. There's lots of time. Force fields last for they last for 15 seconds, and the nuke is just an instant in time. Right? You need a little bit of time to move your army away and move it back, but 15 seconds is plenty. And even if your army gets caught a little bit in the nuke, it's okay. If my army gets up the ramp a little bit before you get down the force fields, that's okay too. As long as this doesn't happen where you let the entire army up. I think did I shift click maybe? Man, look at all my units just running around. They finally figured it out. Most of them are attacking now, but geez, that's so bad. I do have +1 stim concussive shell. I didn't get combat shield. I think I forgot it all entirely. Yeah, I did. SCV is tanking a lot of the damage. He's got no upgrades. It's pretty easy, and his only splash damage is a single Archon. And I even got some energy on the Raven, so I can start throwing down auto turrets. I think auto turrets are best. If you're just talking about it like an A move attack against an A move attack sort of idea. 2 auto turrets cost the same as a point defense drone, and 2 auto turrets actually soak up more damage than a point defense drone prevents from stalkers. So I think a PDD blocks 20 shots of 10 to 14. So it blocks about, I don't know, mostly Marines, so say 230 damage, where 2 auto turrets have 300 hit points with armor, so it absorbs like 350 hit points, plus it's dishing out damage where PDD doesn't. And then obviously the other option is Seeker Missile, and where that can front load damage, which is pretty cool. It usually doesn't do a whole lot against Protoss anyways. Yeah, so I like auto turrets for this. I mean, auto turrets has some disadvantages, but if it's just going to be sitting in the middle of a fight, then the fact that it's stationary isn't really a disadvantage anymore. Especially if you can get the Archon shooting at missile turrets. Which happens a lot because I only get the Raven when my opponent opens DTs, and when my opponent opens DTs, he's often going to have Archons. But if you get the Archon attacking the auto turret, then it doesn't get its, its bonus damage versus biological. It also doesn't really get the splash damage either. So between the biological bonus and splash damage, Archons are quite good versus bio. So, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. You know what I gotta do? I always forget to do this. Let's just take a look at the charts. People always like the charts. I don't look at them. Graphs. Alright, so you can see the income, army value. Yeah, that's probably where Warpgate kicked in, right? And he's building warping in DTs, which are really expensive. So that's fine, but he kind of lost the DTs, and then he kind of smoothed out where he was, getting the expansion going and making probes and stuff. Well, I was still powering army. And then it doesn't show the dip at the end, but there was a dip. In terms of resource collection rate, pretty even. I mean, mine goes a little jaggedy as I like double tap mules and stuff. In a short game, this graph is a little volatile. If it were a longer game, it would look a little bit smoother over a long time. I always overmake workers. Obviously, having 35 workers oversaturates the base, but I like to pull workers with my attacks, so having extra workers for that makes sense. I can distance mine in the meantime. I wasn't really pulling workers much with my attacks, so it actually caused me to float a lot of minerals as well, because I wasn't used to that. One thing I'm going to start doing now is at least throwing down an extra barracks after I spend through all the tech stuff. Because 2 racks is fine when you're building up, especially if you're pulling SCVs for an attack. And then even when you're fully saturated, it's fine because that's the point where you're getting your starports and your double medevacs and combat shields and +1 and Ghost Academy and a Ghost, like all all the gas spending. But once you're done with all the upgrades, like the stim and the combat shield and +1, that's when I start banking money. So I think that's the time where I should throw down at least another barracks. Also, if things are getting busy, my macro fails often. So, thank you guys for tuning in. As per usual, I'm putting out like 3 or 4 videos a week, so subscribe if you're a new viewer. Also, in the description below, you'll find a thumbs up link. That's where I link something cool in the Starcraft 2 world. You guys give me a thumbs up. That's a transaction there, as well as links to my stream and whatnot. So, yeah, check that out. Thank you guys, and goodbye.